Hello third year students, we are starting with a new practical and the heading of the practical is sterility testing of pharmaceutical products. Now very firstly, we will try to understand what is sterility and why pharmaceutical products are to be tested. Pharmaceutical products. Sterility is the condition of any particular container or any particular media or any particular material in which there is not at all any bacterial cell or fungal cell. There is not a single microorganism found. That is called sterility. Okay, that is called sterilization. Okay, so it should always be 100%. Even if one bacterial cell is there or one fungal cell is there, that is not considered as sterilization. Okay, so you know that pharmaceutical products. What are pharmaceutical products? There are certain water ampoules, that is distilled water ampoules. Sorry. There may be certain ointments. There may be certain solutions. It may be of antibiotic or vitamin or so many other things which are available in the form of liquid. Okay, all the medicines which are found in the liquid form. Then certain you can say gel-like structures or gel-like medicine. Okay, so that is called semi-solid liquid. Okay, that type of thing is available, and all these pharmaceutical products are very important to be sterile. Why? Because it is used in medical sciences. It is used for treating the patient. It will directly go to hospital or the doctors, and they will use these pharmaceutical products on the patient's body. So it is very required that it should be sterile. If it is not sterile, then there may be so many different dangerous consequences of the will happen with the patient. So patient may also die or some other complications will start occurring which cannot be controlled very easily. Okay, so these are the problems when there will be any contamination in pharmaceutical products, and that is why all pharmaceutical companies will have every day, okay, in a routinized manner sterility testing in their QC. Okay, now we will see that how at laboratory level are we able to do this method. So first of all, there is one word, contamination. Contamination of maybe of anything. It may be bacteria, it may be fungi, it may be anything. Means any microorganism will get entry. It may be one single cell or it may be many cells. It may be only one type of organism or it may be so many different type of organism. It may be bacteria, it may be fungi, or it may be some complicated mixture also. So here we are able to understand this, and we want to detect the presence of their cells. So for that checking we go in this method by two means. We prepare media and condition in such a way that we are able to find out the bacteria present in the pharmaceutical product as well as fungi present in the pharmaceutical product. So both the practicals will go on simultaneously. Okay. So now we will see that how it is to be done. So the principle of this method is that first of all you will take the product, any product from any pharmaceutical company. Then it will be inoculated in specific media. This specific media usually is growth, but in your advanced method you can also go for media which is in the plate or solidified. So here product will be inoculated in the specific media, and then after you are going to prepare certain standards also. Standards are prepared, that will be positive control and negative control also, and after certain days of incubation, usually 7 days incubation, okay, at 37 degrees centigrade temperature, the result is found out and it is compared with the standards, and it was found out that whether the presence of bacteria or fungi is there or not. Okay, so presence will be checked after 7 days of the incubation. Okay, so this is the you can say general way of any pharmaceutical company who is doing this sterility testing. Okay. Now which media are to be used for this purpose? There are different media available in the market, and we can also produce it at our laboratory. Very first is thioglycolate growth. Thioglycolate growth. Okay. Thioglycolate growth is the media which selectively prefers anaerobic bacteria. Okay. So this is for the growth of anaerobic bacteria. Okay. Then for aerobic bacteria, that is soybean casein. Soybean casein growth is also used for aerobic bacteria. And soybean casein is also used for growth of fungi. Bacteria as well as fungi. Okay. So I think you are able to understand. Thioglycolate growth is specifically used for anaerobic bacteria like Clostridium. And because you know that all the pharmaceutical products will not have any air inside, and anaerobic condition will be definitely be created inside, so chances of getting anaerobic bacteria may also be there. Now in case of soybean casein agar, we can go for checking for bacteria and fungi. Okay. Now for bacteria and fungi, how we can separate these two when we are using the same media. Okay. Now for aerobic bacteria, you know that they are most of the time mesophilic. So here for bacteria, we are keeping all the test growth at 37 degrees centigrade temperature. And for fungi, you know that it prefer meter temperatures. So at room temperature, all the tubes for detection of fungi are kept, okay, for the incubation. Now we will write the exact protocol for sterility testing. Which organisms are we going to use in this? We are going to use test cultures of Staphylococcus, aureus, for aerobic bacteria, okay, and then Clostridium, it may be any species of Clostridium, okay, usually it's Clostridium tetani or something, Clostridium perfringens, okay, and for fungi we go for Aspergillus. And for Aspergillus also very available in common culture, that is Niger. So here we are using Aspergillus niger for our purpose. So now I think you are very clear with the use of these three test organisms. Okay, Staphylococcus aureus, that is for aerobic bacteria, Clostridium for anaerobic bacteria, and Aspergillus niger for detection of fungi. This will be our standard cultures, test cultures, okay, which will be used for preparation of positive control. Now we will see that how can we use for pharmaceutical products for using the sterility testing method. First of all, we will break open the ampule of distilled water. Okay, it is usually a very common pharmaceutical product. Okay, it is filled with distilled water, and it is most of the time, I mean 100% sterile. So we have to cut this top part which is made up of glass, okay, with the help of some very like knife or something, and then after we have to add a very less amount, that is 0.1 ml or not 0.1 ml, then only exactly one drop. Okay, only one drop is to be added in the test media. Now which test media we are going to use? We are going to use two different media. Okay, we will use thioglycolate broth, and we are going to use soybean casein broth. Okay, so thioglycolate broth and soybean casein broth, both the broth tube will be inoculated with our pharmaceutical product, that is MPO, distilled water MPO. It is just the bottle of distilled water, okay, and it is not a bottle, but it is a very small container, okay, in which very less amount of distilled water is available, which is sterile, and it is usually used in the preparation of injections by doctors and in hospitals. So these two are already inoculated. Okay. Now both the tubes will be kept in the third one will also be inoculated. Why? Because one we are going to keep at 37 degrees centigrade for checking of bacterial contamination, and one we are going to intubate at lower temperature, that is at room temperature, for the detection of the fungal spores or fungal cells. So that is why this broth, that is soybean casein broth, okay, two tubes will be inoculated, and thioglycolate broth, one single tube will be inoculated with the help of this M-pure. Okay, this is M-pure. Okay, distilled water M-pure. Fine. Now this is inoculation is already done. Now we have already kept all these tubes for their respective temperature and for 7 days. Okay, all this incubation will be done for 7 days. After 7 days, you can confirm the final result. Now, what about the controls? I have told you that positive controls as well as negative controls are to be prepared. Now, for negative controls, you have to take 3 tubes. This is our thioglycolate broth. This is our soybean casein broth, and this is also our soybean casein broth. Okay. Now these are sterile tubes, uninoculated. So they are considered as negative control. Negative controls. Now these negative controls are also to be kept for 7 days for incubation. Okay. Now this will be kept at 37 degrees centigrade. This will be also kept at 37 degrees centigrade, and this will be kept at room temperature. This is anaerobic bacteria, this is for aerobic bacteria, and this is for fungi. Okay. So now negative controls we have prepared and already incubated for 7 days. Okay. Now we will go for positive controls. For positive controls, first of all, we will take Staphylococcus aureus and we will inoculate soybean casein growth. Okay, soybean casein growth. And then again we will take Aspergillus niger and then after we will inoculate the same media soybean casein growth. Okay, so this is positive control for aerobic bacteria. This is positive control for fungi. Okay, now we will go for anaerobic bacteria. For anaerobic bacteria, you can take the pure culture of Clostridia or you can take the cow dung. Not cow dung, but it may be horse dung. Okay, any of these, either pure culture or you can go for the source. And then after you are now inoculating thioglycolate growth. Okay, the same way we are keeping it at 37 degrees centigrade for 7 days. Now everything is on incubation. Now what will happen? According to the contamination and type of contamination, the growth will occur. Okay. Now every day we have to check all the test samples every day. Okay, and if we find any growth in any tube, and the growth will be confirmed by slight turbidity. Okay, you have to shake the tube, and if you find the turbidity in the tube, it means that there is some bacteria or fungi inside. Now then what to do? If you get the growth, then you have to compare it with the standards. With positive standard and negative standards, comparison is made, and then after final conclusion is to be drawn. Then after you have to carry out the gram staining. If it is bacteria, but if it is fungi, you go for mounting. Mounting with the help of lactophenol cotton blue dye. Okay, so these two methods are to be done, and then after organisms are checked and they are identified, and then after result is written in this way, that from particular pharmaceutical product contamination is found and the organisms were bacteria, so and so bacteria or so and so fungi, or bacteria and fungi both. And if you don't find any type of organisms inside the pharmaceutical products, your conclusion will be like this, that in given pharmaceutical product there is no contamination and we could not find any bacterial or fungal cell even after 7 days of incubation at various temperatures. Okay, thank you so much.